Welcome to Interviews, hosted by Randy Goodman, Harvey Callis Real Estate, your real estate professional. Get to know our community, our businesses, products, and services that will elevate your life. Please welcome your hostess, Randy Goodman.
Hey everybody, it's Randy here from Harvey Callis Real Estate, and I am with Lucy Ruth, who is an author and a youth mentor and more, and she's going to tell you all about it. So thank you so much for being with me, Lucy.
Hi, Randy. You look good, by the way. It's good to see you. And yes, I'm Lucy Ruth, best-selling author. I'm a youth mentor, and I'm also a public speaker.
Nice. Okay, so you're going to tell us a little bit about what you write about and what you speak about, and also how you help youth. So first, let's get into the authoring and speaking part. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I write self-help books because of my journey. I used to suffer from depression, and I got out of it. Thank God I did. So writing was therapeutic for me. I used to write to get away from pain. So writing, going through depression, my recovery process, part of healing and forgiving my mother, made me become an author. So I actually wrote a book called Debunk and Develop Your Mind. This was my first book. It talks about the negative D's of life, which are domestic abuse, drug addiction, depression, disease, divorce, death, debt, and many more. It seems like everything in every society that affects everybody starts with the letter D. So I wrote about debunk and develop your mind, how to transform the negative D's of life into a positive outcome.
Nice. Wow. Okay. And then speaking, is it on the same topic, or what do you speak about?
I speak about the topics that I write about. So I speak about domestic abuse. My favorite speech is usually mental health, because mental health affects everybody. And before COVID-19, mental health was always a pandemic, and it's a pandemic worse than COVID, because a lot of people are struggling to cope with this, with what's going on. So mental health is, I speak mainly about mental health.
Yeah, it's really rampant, right? And more so than we even know, because a lot of people won't even talk about it or share that, you know, something's going on. So it's definitely pretty serious. So like, is this something that you always thought you would do? Or what did you like come out of school thinking where did you think your life was going to lead you?
When I came out of school, I loved tourism. So I actually have a background in aviation. I was an airport supervisor when I lived in Europe. So my background is aviation, but the thing that made me start speaking about mental health is I lost my mother to suicide.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
I kept hearing of people taking their lives away, and I said, you know what? This happened to me. I went through this journey. I don't want anybody else to suffer silently. I don't want to hear of any of my family members, friends, or anybody to go through hopelessness that the end result is taking your life away. So I decided to be their voice, to talk and say, listen, it's okay. Despite our differences, everybody, mental health does not discriminate whether you are rich, you are poor, whether you're, it doesn't matter which part of the world you are, it affects us all.
Absolutely. It's, a very serious topic. So I know you have a passion for helping youth. Can you tell us a little bit about your involvement?
I mentor youth via a government program through the Santofa Youth Club. So we do meetings every Thursday, and I've also done my own youth meetings with a girlfriend where we empower youth and we tell them, you know, this is how you could get a job. This is how you write a resume. This is how you do anything. And it's very good because like during this COVID-19, us parents have been busy dealing and trying to to get on with whatever's going on.
Right.
It has kind of been neglected because nobody's taking care or listening and taking a minute or a moment to listen to the youth, like what are their thoughts about going back to school, what are their thoughts about the college and all the courses they were doing and everything that they were doing that is all of a sudden been brought to a halt.
Right. It's so important to teach them because they're not learning this kind of stuff in school, right? And they have to get this information elsewhere. So it's amazing that one, there's a program for that and that you can be involved in that, but that you're taking the steps to make it happen and to teach youth. There's so many things in real life that they just don't get from school, and they leave school kind of, I'm going to call it delirious, not delirious, but, like they really don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. They don't know how to, invest or save money or to, there's so many different things, they don't know how to start a business. They don't know, basic things in real life that we need to do if we want, if we choose those paths that we just don't know how to do from school. And we learned so much in school. It's like, why aren't they including this? So I know eventually we'll evolve to there, right? But for so long, it just hasn't, it's been absent from the school system. So we need extracurricular type education to help our youth and ensure that they're going to have success all around, right? Whether it's the health, the fitness, the financial, the work, the whatever it is, right? In their lives, there's so many facets that we're still missing in the school system. So not to put down the school system, but I know we'll eventually evolve and get there as today's people will keep pressing to make sure they get included into the system. So you tell us exactly, like, how do you help people? So if somebody out there's listening, what exactly do you do for them, and who would be the right person to reach out to you? What might they be thinking or feeling, or what might be happening in their life? So just so that they have a really good picture of, who should reach out to you and what you'd be providing for them.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that. Anybody can reach out to me for mental wellness. I have a lot of self-help books. I have a book on how to love yourself. I have a book about living your life in reverse, where it's all about wellness, how you can take care of yourselves. And when I talk about living your life in reverse, it's basically about nutrition and the foods that we eat, and then take time to take care of yourself. Take time to just make that salad, take time to go out for a walk. All those things contribute to a healthy mental state, because when you don't take care of yourself, it's very difficult to take care of others, including Levi, when your mental health is not there.
Hi, cutie. You want to say hi to everybody? There'll be a lot of people watching. He's a cutie. Oh, another cutie. There you go. Okay, perfect. So we have the beautiful family here. You're such cuties. I have 4 boys too. So yeah, lots of boys. So okay, so that's awesome. So tell us a little bit more about what that person what's going to change in their life when they work with you.
Mainly my goal is to help those, especially that take prescription medication for mental health, to withdraw and use natural methods.
Okay.
It's funny because a few days ago I was talking to somebody who was saying the doctors, they keep, every time they go to the doctor give them a higher dosage, and all the dosages are not helping. So I was like, if that's the case, why don't you withdraw? It's okay to withdraw. It's okay to try something different. It's okay to try other ways instead of continuously upping your dose, because the more you up the dose and you're not getting a result, if you're not getting a result with 5 milligrams and then you go to 10 milligrams and you're still not getting a result, maybe it's time to rethink and start over and say, you know what are other natural ways that I can deal with this illness?
Right. Yeah,
I'll
because the
give you
more
an
medication you put in your body, it's going to start affecting other things, right?
Exactly. Everything has side effects. And you know, the unfortunate thing is even the mental medication, the antidepressants, one of the side effects is suicidal thoughts. Like, why would I want to take something that is going to give me suicidal thoughts?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen to people. I've actually seen it, you know, and said, no, we got to get them off this medication because all they're telling me is they're just thinking about suicide. And if
Yeah.
somebody's thinking that, eventually they're going to try to take action, right? Or they're going to attempt it, whether it works or not. And we've heard stories, right, in the past of this actually coming to fruition. So that's actually a very serious point you're making. So, you know, go ahead, because it's, you know, it really is. I've seen it.
I know. I'll give you my personal example. I was diagnosed with gallstones 9 years ago, and I used to get flare-ups. And when you're having a gallbladder attack, oh my goodness, it feels like you're gonna die or you're having a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that I managed to heal, I haven't had any attacks since I started doing natural ways. I just use like good food. I use food as my nutrition, and I go outside, I exercise, I take time for me, self-care. I go out on the trails. It refreshes my mind, and when I come back, I've released all the bad toxins out of my body.
Right.
You know, so it's about just taking the small steps, but it helps a lot. It helps with your mental state. You know, we now live in a society that half the time people don't understand that the emotion of being angry is okay. It's okay to get upset. It's okay to have a bad day and be angry about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's okay to have bad days and not take medication for it, because it's part of who we are. We must have bad days, but it's how we deal and overcome the bad days, that the bad days does not end up ruling us.
Yeah. And that's why we write books and share stories of, you know, inspiration, because people need to see that it's okay. Like, people go through stuff, right? We go through stuff in our life, and it's okay. We have ups and downs, but it's how we cope with them, how we deal with them, that allows us to have the happiness and success we want in this world. And, you know, it's normal. I mean, it's, you know, it's part of everyday life,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So tell us, do you have any tips or suggestions for people? And it can be personal or professional, like whatever's resonating with you.
Yes. My advice is, whatever you're going through, always remember life gets better. There's never been a situation in anybody's life that has lasted. Nobody, like, look at it, like, I've had bad days. I've had situations whereby I don't talk to people, but I talk to them now because that was then. I forgave them. Forgive a lot. In order for you to live a healthy, happy lifestyle, forgive, and don't let the little things bug you or nag you. Don't overthink things that are going on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Don't think that I used to have so much money in 2019. Now I'm in 2020. My business has gone down. Everything is just not working because of this coronavirus. It's a season. It will pass. Seasons do pass. You know,
Yes.
The main important thing you got to do is take care of yourself, because your health is your wealth. When you're not healthy enough to take care of yourself, then you cannot bring the world by either working or even just having this Zoom call or picking up the phone, calling your friends. If you cannot do that, then you're in a bad situation. So just take care of yourself and breathe. Enjoy what you have now. Live in the now for now. And remember, life does get better.
I agree. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that. So how can people get a hold of you?
On my Facebook at Lucy Ruth, or my website, lucyruth.page.
.page.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we will have all your contact info on this page when we post it, so you guys will be able to reach out to Lucy. But thank you so much, Lucy, for sharing with us today.
Okay, thank you so much for having me, and everybody out there. I know some people like, I'm not like, oh, I can't do a Zoom. I have my kids at home. Don't let anything stop you. Look, we had Levi here. He came live. Every time I'm on a live, he wants to show his face and say, listen, I'm Levi here. So just get out of your comfort zone. And thank you so much, Randy, for having me.
My pleasure.
Take care.
Thank you for listening to this interview hosted by Randy Goodman. We hope you will take action and connect with the incredible business people and leaders in our community. And remember, Randy is always here to answer any questions you have regarding your real estate needs. Be sure to register on the website and stay up to date on what's happening in your area at parkbench.com/millpond.